All right, good morning, folks. It's another Thursday in the life of the world, and in the Gregorian calendar, it's August 30, 2018. This morning, I desire to speak daggers, but use none. Nigeria, a willful squandering of riches. According to the influential Forbes magazine, of the 20 richest pastors in the world, 6 of them are Nigerians, and the eye-popping list includes 3 other Africans, namely Herbert Angel of Zimbabwe, Irene Sifinwa, and Ray Macaulay, both of who are South Africans. The richest pastor in the world is Kenneth Copeland of America. Second on the enervating list is Aaron David Oyedepo. The others are Ayo Orishejafo, Chris Oyakilome, TB Joshua, Matthew Ashimolowo, Chris Oyakilome, and Enoch Adeboye, beg your pardon. If we stretch the logic, we add that the richest black man on the planet is Aliko Dangote, and the richest woman, Folonsho Alakija. So in spite of this feat, our country, Nigeria, harbors over 85 million desperately poor people. So the other day, the British Prime Minister, Theresa May, told us what we had always been familiar with. She said, Nigeria is too rich to be poor. That's the thrust of the discussion this morning. I have one of my 2 expected guests. Chief Lanre Razak is a politician, is an industrialist, and formerly Commissioner for Public Transportation in Lagos State, and also a former chairman, Ekwe Local Government. I greet you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you. You know, seeing you like this tells me Nigeria is not a poor country after all.
We should not be poor. Okay. And with the potential riches available to Nigerians, we should not have business having any Nigerian a poor person. If the vice president said the other time that there was an agreement with NNPC that was not fulfilled by those who lifted our oil up to the tune of $3 billion. And he said they have now done the same thing and they are having that $3 billion. And the number of roads that they will use that money to do, mentioning Lagos-Ibadan Express Road, Lagos-Abeokuta Road, Second Niger Bridge, Kano-Kaduna, and a lot of roads to be handled with this fund. And if we are saying we are just within 200 million, I'm not an economist, but if 1 million naira is given to Nigerians, especially our women folk, who are so much committed to this informal trading, Nigeria would be a great country. And another thing I discovered that we are not export-driven nation.
Yeah.
Why are we devaluing our naira? And that is to say, is the issue of leadership.
Otherwise, if we are not producing and exporting, should we not devalue the naira?
No.
Okay.
There is no sense in it because we are not export-driven economy. Why are we devaluing? We should not devalue at all. And if you take again the listed earnings from oil since 1999 to this time, if that money is plunged into our economy, why should we be poor? That is, the 16 years of PDP rule, destroying all those we earned, is a disaster.
Chief Razak, I won't let that go, but let's look at the 3 years of APC rule or rulership.
Yes.
There should be, are we planting any seed?
Right. If you have a destruction of 16 years in governance, 3 years is not sufficient to bring it back.
That's buck passing.
But there is a foundation.
That's buck passing.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But there is a foundation being laid by Buhari
Okay.
for good governance. This TSA system of accounting, pulling all the resources together. Actually, there is no way they start any project that is not completed this time around. And all those abandoned, like the rail line they have just opened, it has been on for 11 years, and they were able to finish it under these 3 years, and the commission. A lot and a lot of that
The
project.
Lagos-Ibadan road should have been completed in 3 years, don't you think? I'm just asking.
Good. That project, when was it awarded?
I was not there.
You are not
but
there.
But I know years ago, in the Obasanjo regime.
Right. Over 10 years, that road had been on. It is now that Buhari came that is being funded and is going to be completed sooner than later. They are working seriously on that.
When last did you travel on the road?
About 2 weeks ago.
Mine was over the last weekend.
Yes.
On Saturday, I was on that road.
Right.
More than half of it needs to be touched.
They are working on that road.
Okay.
They are working on that road. You see, a child abandoned and not fed for 16 years, if you try to rush food into it too much, what do? You choke it. The government is earning and is ensuring that our money and is not going through the other basket or pipeline. It's coming into an account and is being expended meaningfully to ensure that Nigerians get what they earn.
But when the opposition tells you to your face
Yes.
that corruption thrives under your regime,
Yes.
how do you react?
It is very easy to say whatever you want, but prove it. We have a lot of where you can disseminate information to people. Let's have details of that man in government of Buhari that is involved in corruption and they don't act. It is very easy. Selective treatment of corrupt people, all this, we hear it every day. But we ask them, provide sufficient information to qualify the president to take decisive action.
Otherwise, tell us who amongst those supposed accused people is not guilty. You understand my logic now? Tell me who amongst them is not guilty.
That is it. Those picked up, investigated, are there no substance to justify the investigation? Are there no substance to warrant them being taken to court? The answer is there, that they have committed offense.
Okay.
And they are going to answer to it in accordance to the law.
Chief
of this
Razak,
country.
but you know, you can't blame us Nigerians for being impatient, seemingly impatient,
Yes.
with the speed of this present administration. You can't blame us, can you?
Yes. Yes, you can be impatient, but slow and steady wins the race. I can assure you, those corrupt people that is fighting this administration, they'll be tired out.
All right. Before they
They
get
will
tired,
definitely be tired out.
Before they get tired out, let's look at Theresa May's comments
Yes.
vis-a-vis what's on the floor.
Yes.
We had no reason living beggarly lives in Nigeria. Yes. Just yesterday on our premises here,
Yes.
we went nostalgic, and the team was led by the producer of this program.
Yes.
He's listening to me. We talked about when 1 naira meant so much to the Nigerian. We were producing, and people were smuggling products outside because electricity was there. Today, electricity is a problem. Don't you think if we tackle it, all these we'll start solving our many problems, many man-made problems, Chief Razak?
Well, I want to agree with you, and I've said it earlier in this program, that we don't have business to be poor. In the midst of plenty, we should not be poor. With our oil and other sources of revenue accruing into the purse of the federal government, no Nigerian should be poor. The primary assignment of any good government, provision of security, of property and life. But here we are. It's very easy to cross the river on the map.
Oh, okay.
Very, very easy. We have Nigerians who are used to living on government, stealing public funds. And here we have a president saying no to that. And you see Nigerians who are terribly involved in this game telling us that the president is even on life support instrument. He should be dead.
No, we are behind that.
Oh,
now.
my God. It's still an issue.
Pictures don't tell lies.
Yes, it's still an issue. Because they wish the man who is stopping them from corruption to die.
Chief Razak,
but they are not God, and they cannot play God.
The APC should not behave like a bereaved mother. You don't bury the Pekin. Move ahead. Let's move on. That's what we are saying.
And that is what I'm telling you, that Nigerians should allow another 4 years to Buhari to lay a solid foundation of transparency, governance.
You are campaigning on this show?
No, I'm not campaigning. I'm telling you the truth and give the truth to the people.
Whose truth? Your truth?
Nigerians need to be told that unless there is no way you stop war unless you stop cause of war. What is the cause of our poverty? It is the corrupt leader.
Corrupt system too.
Take it, give it any name. But let's have somebody, for once, who will stand and stop all this mess so that we can have a government on a solid foundation and make progress so that Nigerians can be happy. This money they are stealing, they are taking it to the Europe from where Theresa May came and is saying that we are living poor. Let them give us back our money.
Okay.
Don't let them stop allowing Nigerians who don't, you see, they are crazy because the money they took away.
Who are they?
Those who stole our money.
Okay.
Those who stole our money.
Because crazy.
They are crazy because the money they took to Europe
they are not,
and other countries.
They are not.
It's not available for them to spend.
If they were that crazy,
yes,
they won't know they have money somewhere. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Maybe the meaning you give to it is different from my meaning.
Okay.
I will tell you, if you take the money to Europe or America or anywhere, of what value is that money to you? You just go there to waste it. You either buy a house and spend it in hotel and spend it on the economy. Nigeria will remain poor, and that's where you belong, and that's where your home.
Tell me you don't have a house abroad anywhere.
I don't have.
Okay.
I don't have, and I don't see the need to have.
Okay. All right. That's it.
But the money you took away, you are denying some people how to live better life. You are going there to enjoy a better life created with your money and Nigerians' money. And that's where we should, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Theresa May had come to insult us, to tell us to our face that we just open our eyes.
You consider that an insult?
The truth could be insulting at times.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's saying the truth. She's saying the truth.
If I told you
yes,
you look healthy, was that insulting you?
If I'm really healthy, and if you are not responsible for my becoming sick very soon, then you are talking right. Okay. But those who harbor the money that they should give to Nigerians so that they are not poor, and who took away the money, are now telling us to your face, 80% of Nigerians are poor people.
Chief Razak Lawal, it takes two to tango. If you didn't take the money to England, they won't keep it for you.
And that's why you must encourage people to support Buhari, to stop them taking away our money, to ensure that that money is within here and is used here and is allowed to assist and develop our economy so that we are no longer poor.
I don't know if you have heard the story that part of the recovered funds are supposedly, that's what we hear,
yes,
being also looted. Have you heard that?
Provide sufficient evidence beyond any doubt.
Good.
I have not had such a thing.
All right.
And I don't believe it will happen.
Not because you have refused to hear.
No.
But
no,
I take it that you have not heard it.
I've not heard of it.
Now, let me take you back to Theresa May. She said, a healthy African economy is good news for the UK. So this thing we are talking about is an African malaise. It's an African problem. From Cape to Cairo.
We must change our orientation. We must change our perception. We must change our vision. We must tell people that whether we like it or not, human being what we are all going to pass away in that biological sequence. If you take away money that you cannot finish, you will die.
Or that you don't need.
And that at times you don't need, you will die. the money will become a waste. And the soul and life of several million Nigerians you deny will continue to haunt and haunt and haunt.
I'm sorry,
Those responsible for that.
I refer to you as Lanre Lawal. No, I'm
Razak.
sorry, Razak,
Yes.
Lanre Razak, I'm
yes.
sorry. Now, don't you feel insulted, in a manner of speaking, when you hear many Africans, including Nigerians, die when they try to cross the Mediterranean?
Yes.
What crosses your mind?
What the thing that crosses my mind is that they are being deliberately destroyed. They don't want them by the countries that they are trying to cross to. They don't want them there. They don't want them to bring their problem. And
you are not worried about the exodus?
What causes the exodus? I've told you one thing. There is no way you stop war unless you stop cause of war. It's because some people stole our common wealth. The one they cannot finish in their lifetime. And the one they are not setting up industry or anything where they took it to. And other Nigerians who are entitled to this money are sovereign. And they believe if they go there, they will have a better life. And the people they are going to don't want them because they know they will become economic problem to them. And I want to believe that that is part of the responsibilities why a lot of them die in an attempt to cross the ocean. And with what Theresa May had said and what is going on in Nigeria today, every Nigerian should be encouraged to support Buhari for another term of 4 years, and we'll have a solid foundation. Your money will be here. Your money will be here. It will be expended for your need, for your development, for your progress, and we can be better people.
The whistle has not been blown for any campaign. Please.
I'm not campaigning.
No. But
I'm not saying things that will make Nigeria a good country.
Let's look at today, here and now.
Yes.
Now, consider today as the first day of the rest of our lives.
Yes.
What should we do from here?
If we know today is the terminal date, we should ensure that the people who will leave behind will not live this terrible life we had. We should ensure that those who stole our money, they should be divested and leave the money for the younger generation to live a better life. We should stop those who have nothing to do for the development, providing egalitarian society, and ensuring Nigeria is a safe and better country. We should stop them from looting again, just before we go. That will probably give us the right to be in the paradise.
You know, sometimes you are in a quandary, when you're watching Nigeria from the sidelines. Almost everybody in this country agrees that the common enemy is corruption.
That's it.
Also, stealing from the public till.
Yes.
But we are not always on the same page when it comes to tackling this corruption wahala.
Well,
many people don't
a
like
lot of Nigerians
of your fighting corruption.
A lot of Nigerians had told you that there is need to fight corruption. And a lot of Nigerians had told you that excepting we fight corruption, corruption will destroy this country. And that's what is being said by Theresa May to us, whether we like it or not.
Have we agreed on how to tackle this corruption? Because it's a monster.
That's why you must look at the past leaders and look at what this leader, Muhammad Buhari, is doing today. And support him to save Nigeria. Support him so that nobody will hurl insult and abuses on us. We don't have business for Nigerian citizens to be poor.
Yeah.
We have enough to feed our citizens. Look at just what Ambode did, collaborating with Kebbi. We have lake rice. So we don't waste the money importing rice. Let people think what is happening, what the progressives are doing for this country.
Don't you think we need more like the town crier system now to sweet sell what the government is trying to do, more than what we're doing, beyond radio, TV, and newspapers? Don't you think we need the town crier effect?
Well,
did you get my drift?
I do. We have all the structures on the ground. Application and utilization is what we'll do. In every community, there is head of a community. There are Bale, there are head of this unit or that, and there are kings, there are emir, there are sultans. They should look back at their citizens and look at the number that are poor. Look at the number that don't have access to health and good food and good water. And look at those who stole the money, who stole a lot of the money that is beyond their need and is being wasted and thrown out. And let this administration system, let them catch up with them, let them return the money for the public utilization and ensuring nobody looks poor again.
You know,
with that,
yeah.
Nigeria will be a better place.
The Holy Writ, you know, in this case, the Bible and the Quran all talk about man and restraint. The question is, how much money does a man need in a 70-year lifespan? You know, I hear many of these people will steal this money to provide for their family.
Yes.
Which, to me, is a little quizzical, you know. Mm-hmm. Must you save for your son or daughter? You don't want him or her to work?
You may not need to save.
Okay.
If you allow this system to work, there will be, we under Buhari, there will be good public transportation. We don't need to be running for
You're
a car.
Campaigning again?
No, not campaigning, telling you the fact.
Tell me
the truth is bitter.
No. Chief Razak, tell me that as we sit here,
yes,
transportation is on the way to taking us to dreamland.
Let me tell you.
Tell me.
Take Lagos, for instance. In another 2 months, we'll have more than enough buses on our BRT lanes to take you to wherever you want to go.
Lagos is about the only state that has BRT.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
It's the development starts one day from one portion, because that is the foundation laid by a very progressive person, Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. In 1999, the total budget of Lagos State was not up to maybe 100 billion.
Yeah.
Right? But today we are talking of trillion. We can talk of trillion because the man laid a solid foundation. Serious political engineering, serious financial engineering, ensuring that the money collected is coming to a purse that could be expended for the need of Lagosians and those who stay in Lagos. No more stealing to the level before him.
Why is there a problem at the center?
I'm coming. And that could be replicated at the center. And that will happen before you know it. Those who did most of these jobs at the state level, most of them are now working with Buhari. You see Fowler there, ensuring
I know there's
collection
also
of taxes.
Ben
Akabwese is there, looking at the budget.
Yeah.
Let's give them concentration. Let's give them time. Let's give them support. At the end of the day, Nigerians will smile. But if because this man who will monetize, give you $2,000, $3,000 during election, you vote them, will still continue to cry. And we must stop that cry. The media have responsibility to ensure they let Nigerians know the implication of that vote buying. It will not help them, nor help generation yet unborn. We don't have business to be poor. Nigeria is a rich country.
Nigeria is too rich
to be poor. That is what I'm saying. Nigeria is too rich to be poor.
Okay.
But today, you have a scenario where 6 months, 7 months, civil servants don't have their salaries. Let's probe into why. Let's stop the mess and the destruction. This is the time. And the only thing to use, let's encourage people to get their voters card. Let them vote the right person into government.
Chief, have you not heard
let their vote count.
Have you not heard the voter card is being bought of the electors as we sit here? You will say you have not heard.
Maybe if you have that information, maybe it's a very good information which you pass on.
I can't pretend, Chief Lanre Razak,
I don't hear it. I don't see it.
I'm just saying you have not heard.
I've not heard.
Okay.
On my honor, I've not heard.
We have treated
and if I have detailed information, I will make and advertorial
it
in
is
pages
part of the problem.
and tell Nigerian security agencies to go after them because they are part of those who are destroying this nation.
In 2018, is it easy to trust the Nigerian politician? In 2018.
Where is your alternative? Out of the 100% politicians, all of them cannot be bad. You know those who are good and you know those who are bad.
Okay, you do.
I do. And I do mention cases of those whom I know that cannot be a person that will govern this country. I know God will provide, after the exit of Muhammad Buhari is doing a wonderful job, for good Nigerians to emerge and do that. Look at one issue. You are mentioning those who are rich, Excepting Dangote, excepting Femi Odetodola, who are those that are claimed to be the richest people that got their wealth through industrial business concern or through stealing money from government? You know them.
Or from the people.
Or from the people's money. We know them. We should stop it. By the Buhari will stop it. Those who get oil allocation, blah, blah, and within the short time they say, I'm so rich, I don't even know how to spend this money. They mention that.
You won't like to have an oil block?
I don't need it.
Okay.
But the government...
How many people like you can say it?
The government should distribute oil block probably to states and ensure that the proceeds...
Not to individuals?
Not to individuals again.
Okay.
And they should ensure...
Is it an easy thing to do at a time like this?
Buhari can do it. Look for those who are capable of doing it. Those who can look at the faces of these terrible people and get things done the way that it will be beneficial to the downtrodden Nigerians. Those are the people we should look for. They are ready. They are there.
Otherwise, the punchline is, we are too rich to be poor.
Yes.
When you have Kenya, for instance, Theresa May is planning to sign a deal with Kenya to ensure the repatriation of stolen Kenyan funds. So why did they keep this money? Why is she, you know, she's not alone. Angela Merkel, the German chancellor, is due here. Yes. And so you are asking, why now? Why are they coming now? Does it not bother you?
I'm not bothered. Because it is convenient for them now to say it. And they are saying it.
After keeping stolen money for so many years.
It is convenient for them to say it, to tell you that we had managed you, and you request for independence, you got it, you cannot manage your affairs. But among us, God has chosen some people who can do the job, and even do it better than what they were doing. They were only making money, and there is no reasonable give back to us. But let's give chance to the known one, and let him do it. Let's make a public pronouncement that no individual should get oil block again. Give it to state government and monitor. The resources can pay the salaries of these workers who are sovereign in the midst of poor. We should do a lot of things that Nigerians will be happy they're in Nigeria.
Chief Razak, I'm sorry, this is just as an aside.
Yes.
Which is your state?
I'm Lagos State.
Lagos State?
Yes.
I'm Akwa Ibom.
Good.
But I was born here, so I speak...
On the coastal terrain.
Yeah, and so I speak more than passable Yoruba.
Yes.
So you consider me a Yoruba man.
Pardonable failure Yoruba.
Oh, come on. But I told you, over the last weekend, we had cause to visit Ondo State, specifically the capital, Akure, to rejoice with a sister station, Adaba FM. Yes. The station is 10 years old. Now, when we got into Ondo, we saw deposits of bitumen. And I hear after Venezuela, Nigeria has the second largest deposits of bitumen in the whole world. Why do we still import bitumen?
Good. It's all economic warfare.
Between?
Those who think they should economically enslave us for their best interest.
You mean there are people like that?
There are countries like that.
Oh, really?
Yes. And you had the war between America and China on tariff. Is it not economic warfare? Is it not cheaper to have an industry and produce this in here? It's issue of leadership. It's issue of leadership. All over the world, we have a lot of Nigerians who are first-class scientists and who are making things to happen.
In foreign countries?
In foreign countries, in all spheres of life.
Yeah,
in
Chief,
engineering.
But Chief Larry Razak, you have no accommodation for them here. You know, maybe that's why they're staying away.
No, the issue
Chief,
is those who govern us and it's the leadership.
A break.
Give a reasonable leadership.
I need a break too.
Opportunity.
Let's go on this break so you rest your saliva small. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Nigeria is a willful squandering of riches. I think it's something to interrogate. We'll be back after this break.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back. According to the American writer Mark Twain, or Sam Clemens, he said, let me quote him, "Patriotism is supporting your country all the time and your government when it deserves it." I have my guest, Chief Lanre Razak, still sharing his perspectives on this country that's potentially rich, but harbors more than 87 desperately poor people. Chief Razak, you are enjoying your morning? I hope we are not messing you up.
No, that is not the issue. No patriotic, responsible, committed Nigerians that could have a 3-square meal and knowing fully well that others don't have and will be happy. Okay. I can assure you of one thing. I've said it several times, that if care is not taken, those who kept our money illegally with them, and those who don't have anything to eat might end up eating them up.
You are not prophetic.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay.
But I think God may allow that to happen if we don't take reasonable, responsible action at the appropriate time.
Yeah.
And if we don't allow that person in charge now to continue so that we may have a better nation, I'm afraid.
There you go, a politicking again. You know,
I'm afraid.
But it's your right.
The truth is bitter, but you can say it. I'm telling you the gospel truth.
Chief, squandering riches is not necessarily a Nigerian thing. From Cape to Cairo.
It is the public fund that is being squandered that is making us to poor.
Yeah.
90% of earnings of our resources, of our national resources, are being kept by government.
I want us to reconcile it.
Yes.
The richest black man on the planet is a Nigerian.
Yes.
Richest black woman on the planet
Yes.
is also a Nigerian.
Yes.
So where is the poverty coming from?
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
They are referring to Aliko Dangote as the richest person. What is
black person?
Black person as the richest black person. Good. What is the debt portfolio of those businesses is running? He's an industrialist. And up to World Bank, several banks put money together because he's a wonderful manager of resources. Is making progress. Come to Lekki Free Trade Zone in Ekpe. You see the petrochemical industry and the refinery this fellow is doing. Sleepless nights. But look at another person who has the money. Where is their business house? No office, no industry, no buy and sell, and yet they have all this money. It is the government money.
You have a name in your head?
I don't have it in my head.
Okay,
I have in my fingers.
Okay,
and my fingers will not talk.
Okay.
Yes.
No, it's all right. I'm not forcing you.
I don't have them in my head.
Sometimes you wonder if to defend your country against its government.
Yes. Those who have it, they have it, and they are working on them.
All right.
Sooner than later, you will hear them.
All right.
They will.
during the break, I told you, and I
Of
hope
course,
you...
The president has assured you that a lot of them will go to jail.
But the jails are full, I hope you know.
They will create space for them. Don't get worried.
All right. It's not a Nigerian thing. The richest country, the richest spot in the whole world is in Africa. The country is called DR Congo, or Congo DR.
Yes.
All the resources, natural resources, they are there.
All the
in the east of that country,
yes.
Katanga.
Yes.
But it cannot exploit these resources to advantage. And that's something plaguing us here. Is this a deliberate act? Is this is this self-inflicted or deliberate?
I've told you of one thing, economic warfare. Those who have the money, the world powers, don't want any country that could be rich enough and think of acquiring power. And all they could do to stop them, they are doing it.
Chief, let me pause you. You have provoked a viewer. Susan is here. She's in Lagos here. Susan, I greet you.
Good morning. Good morning, Susan John.
I greet you, ma'am.
I'm calling from Algeria State.
Good.
Please, sir, with all due respect, that man is once a commissioner, is once a chairman local government.
Yes.
Is he not part of the government once in Nigeria? We should stop blaming. We should stop shifting blame. What the lady that came from UK said yesterday is the truth. If he knows the people that caused this problem, please, we should stop saying this. They should mention it and come out. The problem is that Nigeria, we don't want problem, we don't want war. It's not that people cannot come out and protest, but these are politicians, they see us as minor, that they can just treat anyhow, they can just come to TV anytime and shift blame is PDP, is APC. Is there anybody in APC that has never been in PDP? Is there anyone in PDP that has never been in APC? We should stop sitting blame and sit together, work together and look for a way forward and let them know that the citizens are suffering. This time is not for blaming. This time...
Thank you. Thank you.
My dear.
Suppose she has a point.
Yes, I want to reply her. Wait, you give me the...
I won't make them simple for you.
Okay.
PDP, APC, the difference is the same.
That is not the issue.
Okay.
She said I was once a chairman of a council. And that
she's not telling lies.
No. I was a chairman of a council.
And you were once a commissioner.
I was in the council for 1 year. Ask anybody from Ekpe what I did. And if it is replicated all over the country, Nigeria will be a better place. Rice that people are now clamoring that they should stop importation. That year, over 26 years ago, there are 3 communities in my local government.
Okay, you were commissioner 26 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Igbogu Obada. They are known for production of rice, local rice. And what is the capital of each farmer then? 10,000. It was not difficult for me. I met Chokenu Maria.
Okay.
And I took
People's Bank
loan of 600,000 naira, distributed to 60 farmers. Real farmers, genuine farmers.
Big money then.
Yes, big money then. But before you know it, at the end of this harvesting period, what they produce worth over 12 million. The council have to bought over and help them market.
Let me pause you a little. We have Femi here. He's reaching us from Kaduna. I greet you, Femi.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, and you?
There's one question I want to ask my brother there.
Yes,
but
please.
Before the question, my brother there is talking about oil. People who are that they're supposed to give to the state. Why can't they involve this program in their what are they calling it? In their policy before they take over government? Why can't they put into their agenda all these things that you say now? Why can't they involve it in their agenda before they take over? Why it is now they are talking about it? Why can't they? After 1 month, 2 months, that's why I supported Buhari before.
Brother Femi,
they're going to change.
Yeah, brother Femi.
All this
no, hold on.
By sense. I was thinking that Buhari is going to change everything. But now, they refuse to do it. Hello?
Femi, I was going to ask you, is there a wrong time to do a good thing, or if you like, a right time to do a wrong thing, or a good time to do a good thing?
Election remains for a month now. Election remains for a month now. There is not telling us. They want to deceive us.
Okay. So
Let me...
Chief Razak,
Yes.
the man is behaving true to type, is the typical Nigerian.
Yes.
So you can't blame him.
I'm not blaming him.
It's not easy.
We need to educate them on the situation. If you know...
No, hold on. Don't... we are discussing now.
Yes.
Why now, a few months to election, why are you coming this way?
Good. Issue of policy position. Nobody out there campaigning for position that will know the details until you get into government. When they give oil block to people, it is a legal instrument for a certain number of years, and it's limited. If you don't get to the expiration when the thing expires, and you are to renew, and you will now you will formulate your own policy on the management of that oil block, it does not work that way. Maybe they don't know the legal framework surrounding certain policies in government.
Maybe those who handle the framework don't explain enough to the people. So just a minute. Let me take Judge. Judge is here in Lagos. Welcome, Judge.
Good morning, Citizen John.
Yes, sir.
And good morning to the Chief.
Thank you.
Citizen, the statistics you read out during your prologue says it all. In summary, it says Nigeria is a wealthy country whose wealth is in the hands of just a few exploiters.
Good.
And that is the reason why the main problem we have in this country is corruption, and it should be tackled head-on. Nothing to be spared to see that looting of public funds in whatever manner is discouraged. That is one reason why I have always supported this current president, because he's the only one that has come out to say, I have identified corruption or stealing of public funds as our main problem. I want to tackle it. He needs support of well-meaning Nigerians, because when we are able to address corruption, we will have addressed virtually all other problems, because it is the basis of all other problems that we have in this country.
Yeah.
I want to agree with the chief there, who said that the British Prime Minister was insulting us. Yes. If you said it takes two to tango, if you bring money, looted money to me, and I don't want to be associated with filthy things, I have the choice to tell you, take it away from here. I don't need it. I didn't do that. I accepted the money, and I'm turning around to mock you that you are a thief. The person that has taken custody of a stolen item and the one that stole it, what is the difference, Citizen Jones? Are they not the same?
The difference is the same.
So they cannot tell us we are corrupt when they are making use of our corrupt proceeds. In the money that is looted from Nigeria that goes to the UK, America, and all these European countries.
Thank you. Judge, and as I said, it cannot be an accident that two big Western powers, Germany, Angela Merkel, and Theresa May, UK, are visiting at a time like this. And then Macron was here, the French president. So it cannot be a mistake.
No. It's a designed program.
Okay. Designed who by?
By those who are visiting. There's no reason. Excepting there is a necessity, certain things will not happen. Something must have necessitated them to think of visiting. And it is left for us to sit down and brainstorm and see how we take Nigeria out of the woods.
Yeah.
I will tell you one thing. We have been shouting.
But after taking Yakub here in Lagos, Yakub, I greet you. Welcome.
Yeah,
Citizen Joe, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Yeah, I think for me, this is my own personal opinion. I may be wrong and then I may be right. I think I go with the last caller. Because, number one, if you collected somebody money and then you know right that this money was stolen, and then you come back, call the same person that is a thief, what do we call you? But I haven't seen that, citizen. I think the solution to this problem of corruption in this country is so simple. But Nigerian citizens, we are not ready to do it. What is the solution? Let's look at the China today. What is the law against the corrupt in that country, in that continent entirely? If they caught you as a corrupt office holder, before they took you to court, you know the death penalty is the answer to your case. And then you cannot dare taking public money in that country because you know you are gone for that. But in our situation here in this country, if somebody in that National Assembly send a bill today that anybody as office holder, public holder, and then they caught as a corrupt public holder, and then you must be killed. I believe, and then all the other citizens in this country, they may be saying, no, the killing is too much, the capital offense is too much. But what do you take? What do you say to somebody that collected money to do the road about the expressway?
Okay.
And then he cornered the money, and then he took the money away. A lot of people are dying on that road. Yeah. What do you do to that very particular person? I think death penalty is the answer. Thank you.
Poignant questions.
Yes.
But it's not, the death penalty will not be the answer here. It cannot be.
If the death penalty is not the answer, we must...
But you agree it is not.
I know, wait.
As a deterrence,
you see,
death penalty should have stemmed armed robbery, for instance. We had armed robbery tribunals pronounced death sentences on suspected robbers.
I will tell you one thing. Death penalty may not be the issue. The issue is that where is our values? In the olden days, if they don't know you with a particular job and suddenly you have money, they hate you, nobody touches you, nobody greets you. But today, whether you work...
You don't believe there's money ritual or ritual money?
I don't believe it.
Okay, you don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
I'm not saying...
Because ritual money don't print money. The central bank is only...
Hold on, but they say I'm for film. But let me sound Buchi out. She's reaching us from Enugu. Buchi, I greet you. Welcome.
Yeah, Brother Jones, good morning.
I greet you.
Good morning.
Yeah. Brother Jones, please, I heard the chief say in the first place that he never heard about anything about vote time in Nigeria currently. He said that. And having said that, I believe maybe he don't know much that's going on currently in this country. It's not about just what is going on, about these people visiting Nigeria currently. If you look at it globally, there is a kind of great tussle. Like China now, the whole world are becoming afraid of China. China is influencing most countries, most African countries. And a country like Nigeria, which we don't have our indigenous technology, most of all these countries are coming, trying to create a tie, business tie. If you look at it, they came to Nigeria, they are not talking about human rights abuses or that. They're just there for trade. So that is their interest. So we should be looking at it not about all this Theresa May coming or the market or even France president coming here. No, we should look at it the other way around. They are fighting for their own interest, how to make the business keep flowing, because they know Nigerians are not producing anything.
Yeah.
If you look at India has their population, but India has their own technology. They are producing things. But Nigeria, now they know Nigeria is a very big market. If once you are producing and you have a very good relationship with Nigeria, you sell your product. So we should not look away from all these facts. Even at that, if you look at Nigeria today, let me come to this, that if you hire somebody today, say, please manage this company for me. And after 1 year, there was no interest, there was no gain.
Obviously.
You ask question, what's going on? Nobody can keep it.
And
this
so on.
government has been there for 1 year.
Thank you, Buchi.
Yeah, okay.
He has captured it, you know.
We are
vested,
saying...
you know, in all of this, we are looking at a particular phrase, vested interest.
Let's come back memory lane. 20, 30 years ago, here in Lagos, You know how many textile industries that are functioning effectively?
No,
here
let's
in
talk
Lagos?
about the country.
I'm coming.
400 of them, 400 textile factories
Yes.
shut down.
Yes.
But you know why?
Tell me.
Power, electricity.
Not only electricity.
No, but they start
I'm
from
coming.
there. Electricity.
When we have ACN, NEPA, and all the rest, we have not gone down below the quality of electricity we are having. The cost of generating power is known to you and to me. This factory,
say that
I'm coming.
again. Say that again.
Cost of generating power
Yeah.
is known to you and to me. That is not why the factories closed down. The factory closed down because of patriotic Nigerians. Foreigners, those coming now, will deliberately push goods from their country to Nigeria. I'm coming. That's the reason why they devalue our naira.
You know,
and it will be very cheaper for them to bring it. And the one we produce here will be too expensive for local people to buy.
Let me take another caller. He's reaching us from outside of Africa.
Please do.
Adeola is reaching us from London or UK. Adeola, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Citizenship Jones.
Yeah, I greet you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick contribution because to get through to you is like trying to enter the kingdom of heaven.
Now you are here. Come on.
Yeah, but Citizen Jones, you see, there is no amount of effort Buhari will make at the moment that will work. We want consistency, and the only way Nigeria can develop is through development. When Buhari goes out of the picture, will that system continue? Citizen Jones, one solution to all our problems in Nigeria is electricity. Let the present government channel all their efforts in having consistency of electricity. Nigerians are in their thousands. Nigerians in diaspora, we are ready to come home and develop. Anywhere in the Western world, in any civilized society, the government don't create jobs. They create enabling environment. Nigeria lacks electricity. You can see what is happening in the electoral system now, where they use their PVC with their fingerprints. Look at what is happening in the banking system. Without development, what the policy they are doing is just policy of mouth. And when Buhari is out of the picture, it goes back to the old system. Let there be development. Technology will eventually eradicate corruption in Nigeria. But when they keep channeling, locking people up in the prisons, it will not. They can succeed at the moment, but eventually when Buhari is out of the picture, it goes back. So let them go and do something about electricity in Nigeria. Let there be
Thank you, Adeola. Thank you. Many thanks.
I want to.
Are you?
Yes,
are you contesting that?
Yes,
He says electricity.
I'm
giving us steady power.
Who will give the steady power? Is it the corrupt situation?
Government.
And that's why we are saying that unless we have a solid foundation at the national level.
What we are saying is divest the right to generate electricity. It should not be a federal thing. That's the logic.
Maybe you want to be told that electricity is in the exclusive legislative list in this country. And what we are saying is that if they are committed patriotic Nigerians, the National Assembly...
You are closing your thoughts now. Time is tight. You are closing.
Yes. They will ensure that they move it to the concurrent list so that states, individuals...
Who moves it?
National Assembly.
So
our National Assembly.
So when are they moving it?
When they are committed and patriotic. President Buhari had sent a bill that they should set up a special court to deal with corruption. They refuse. It's not easy running this country. But the gentleman is saying when Buhari is out,
Chief Razak,
when we laid a solid...
It is not difficult to run this country. It is not difficult.
It is not difficult if commitment and patriotism is involved. But where self-interest, commitment to your own self is in the front burner, you may not get it done. And that's why we are saying Buhari will lay a solid foundation that will be difficult for anybody to destroy.
The last caller is challenging you. You may have
it's not challenging because it has no alternative to a situation where we bring about the good situation is talking. You can't build something on nothing.
Yeah, but no, come on.
There is no way you can build something on nothing.
Razak, but
you cannot have a good government if you don't have a good leader. You cannot have a patriotic...
Easy now. We are not quarreling.
I think it's not a joking matter. National matter. Committed issue. But I'm saying Nigerians in poverty. It's not a joking matter.
Commitment cannot be imported. It's not something you import. It should be with us here, naturally.
I know.
My producer says I should thank you very kindly for coming. And please come again when the opportunity is there. Let me thank you, Chief Lanre Razak, for coming.
I thank you for bringing me.
Yeah.
Please use your media to tell Nigerians we cannot have a leader, a good government, if you don't have a good leader.
Okay.
You cannot stop a war unless you stop cause of war. The cause of our problem is corruption.
All right.
We must fight it.
But we are saying...
We must give leadership
we are
to the
saying
right
with
person.
one voice, Chief Razak, there must be sustenance, continuity.
That is what we are saying.
Let me thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We must go home now. But let me say, after hearing Chief Lanre Razak for close to 1 hour, we are better able to appreciate what's on the floor. But I can tell you this, in going home, a country as potentially rich as Nigeria that is poorly administered, in a country like that, it becomes a sin for people to be richer than the country.
Yes.
I'm out of here. There's another program tomorrow. Bye-bye now. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.